Thank you to everybody who's been sending in their weather questions. I'm going to turn it over to Braxton for his weather question.
My name is Braxton, and I go to Trailside Elementary, and my question is, how can you guys tell when the wind is moving?
That's a really great question. Thank you, Braxton. So I'm going to start off with what wind is. Simply, wind is just the movement of air. It's caused by a difference in pressure, and the atmosphere is always striving to be in balance. Although many times the atmosphere is not in balance and is not in equilibrium, so it is constantly trying to move, meaning high pressure moves towards low pressure. The greater the difference is in the pressure, the higher wind speeds that we start to see. Looking at our high pressure system, high pressure means that there is sinking motion in the atmosphere, where low pressure means that there is upwards motion in our atmosphere. And it creates this kind of cycle that happens. We see cool air in the upper atmosphere that starts to sink over high pressure systems. And then that air moves, and that's when we start seeing wind across the ground and across the surface of the earth. The sun heats that wind and heats that air, so it starts to rise over a low pressure system. The sun is heating the earth unevenly, so it starts kind of creating that imbalance that I was just talking about. But that's why this is constantly moving, and that's why we're starting to see wind. High air rises and then starts to cool as it hits the upper atmosphere, and this cycle just continues over and over, and that's why we see wind at the ground and at the surface level. High pressure systems move in a clockwise motion, and low pressure systems move in a counterclockwise motions. The stronger the pressure systems, the stronger the winds that we will see, and the higher winds we will see. And we start to see the high pressure system push our winds towards low pressure systems, and that's where we start to kind of get that wind. You can go outside, see if the grass is moving, you can see if the trees are moving, and that's how you can kind of see if wind is moving outside. Meteorologists use a device called an anemometer to measure wind speeds. It has these rotating discs that the faster those wind discs start to move, the faster that means the wind is moving, and there's a little device in there that measures how many rotations there are and then converts that into a wind speed. Meteorologists also use a wind vane to be able to determine which direction the wind is going in, so we can tell how fast and in what direction the wind is going with these two devices in combination. Thank you for your question. If you have a weather-wise question, you can submit your video questions to kcrg.com/unews.